One thing I've come to understand about streaming platforms, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or the holy grail of streaming services, Twitch, one thing remains constant between all of them, and that's that they only care for one single metric: ad revenue. The profit. Money, baby. How much money does this channel or account make us? You're not a person to Twitch. You're an account that generates content for them to paste ads on. And that's why it's not very surprising to me that they've let one of Warzone's largest cheat providers have a channel on Twitch, even though it has clearly placed adverts and links to their website so you can purchase their cheats. Twitch has allowed this channel to grow to over 3,000 followers. And this disgusting video begins right now. What's going on, YouTube? What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's doing fantastic. Hey, listen, guys, I apologize for my budding addiction to the Rust grind that's taken over my life here in the last few days, but I promise we've got a lot of great content planned for the very near future, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel with the notification bells on so you don't miss any of these awesome uploads we got planned. Today's subject is somewhat of a familiar one to me, as after all, I know a lot of the people I'm about to be talking about. And also, this is just a disclaimer or, kind of a warning of what's going on with the channel in the next few days. The video you're about to see and the information I'm about to share is definitely going to make me a target, guys. The subject in today's video will, without a doubt, try to reach out and cause harm to me. So after this upload, in an attempt to protect myself, I'll be offline. I'm going to be reformatting my PC, replacing my motherboard and my CPU, as I'm sure these guys have all the necessary information to do all the grimy things that they could possibly do to me in my rig. So we're going to keep that from happening. And yes, I have a personal history of some of these people I'm about to throw under the bus, and to them, all I gotta say is, I told you karma, or bad karma for this matter, is a motherfucker when the barrel's pointing at you. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about them slimy fucks over at ACDiamondd. Now, just a little backstory about my relationship and history between me and the dumbasses over there at ACDiamondd. And I have mentioned this in previous videos, but I just want to recap for those that aren't familiar with the channel so you're up to speed before we get into this. When I was starting to gain notoriety for my Facebook streaming, I was approached by a company calling themselves Golden Gun Cheats. Many of you may have heard of them. In fact, when they brought me on board, they didn't even have bullet or aim prediction values for their aimbot. So literally, it would just stick to the player. If the player was 800 or 50 meters, it didn't make a difference. You have to add that prediction value so the bullets kind of lead. Without getting into too much detail, it's a lot of hard work and a lot of trial and error. And in fact, the cheat wasn't even publicly available at the time that they brought me on board. And to be honest, I'm going to keep it real. There were some really good people, outside the whole selling cheats thing at first. But unfortunately, guys, the cheat provider game, it's kind of like the drug business. In that meaning that there's a lot of backstabbing that goes on, such as in the case of the now defunct Golden Gun Cheats. See, what happened was Golden Gun Cheats was owned by two folks. One was a dev and one did everything else from setting up and managing the back end, in the website, to the sales and the Discord server, everything in between. But lo and behold, after a little bit of time, one of the forum mods, then the dev turned over to Activision the names and the addresses of everybody involved but themselves. Now, myself, I didn't get a cease and desist letter. I'd actually distanced myself from the community and Golden Gun at this point. At the urging of the other owner that got his name turned into Activision, I actually started making the change to doing this hacker hunter type of content. You gotta understand where I have just a little bit of respect for the people who got screwed over here is they were the ones that said, you're right, there's a lot of cheating that goes on at these upper echelons, and you're in a perfect position with the knowledge that you've gained in the few months that you've been with us to go out there and expose these people. So I took his advice, and here we are. But what happened is that after they cut out all the others that had built Golden Gun, they merged with Arcade, another Warzone cheat provider, then turned around and did the exact same thing to him. And that is how we arrive at one of the largest Warzone cheat providers that goes by the name of ACDiamondd. Can you imagine if they released the data of the people that worked for them? What they would do with their customers' data? Recently, an insider sent me a tip that not only did ACDiamondd have a guy streaming their cheats on Twitch, but he was using the channel to advertise for them. I said, no problem, a couple reports in this channel won't ever see 100 followers. That was until I clicked on the link that viewer had sent me, and blam, 3,000 followers? What the fuck? Like, how does this skirt past the Twitch mod? Are they too busy being social justice warriors to stop a channel from exploiting their platform to sell their cheats? I bet if he threw a thin blue line flag in the background, he'd have a higher chance of getting banned off of Twitch than with a link to a website to buy some cheats. And for those wondering why Twitch, or for that matter Activision, hasn't made a move to stop these guys, well, let's take a look at some of the facts. Definitely, they're well aware of the presence of the channel with over 3,000 followers. I'm sure they've had a couple reports on it. In fact, I know for a fact they've had a couple of reports on it. And most likely, they flat out ignored them because in honesty, the channel's worth more when they're able to plaster a couple ads on it. So I'm kind of hoping my platform, my voice, my audience here is large enough to make them see that they are, for lack of a better term, fucking off when it comes to their responsibilities to the community. Money over integrity, that's the Twitch way. That's one major reason why I no longer stream on your platform, Twitch. Not saying YouTube's any better. I got a box full of vids coming in the near future about people on YouTube that openly cheat while advertising their cheats for sale. And we all know Facebook doesn't give two shits about cheats being streamed on their platform. But what about Activision? This guy or whoever set up the affiliate agreement for the channel has entered in legal and personal information. And judging by the guy's looks and his accent, he seems to be from a country that Activision's previously sent cease and desist letters to. Might there be a reason you're sleeping on this one, Activision? I personally know this streamer's personal info has been emailed to the correct person within Activision, and nothing's happened yet. Why the hesitation, guys? Why are you guys so quick to hit the ban hammer on a stream sniper for old Timmy, but when it comes down to getting rid of a cheat provider, clearly advertising out in the open for all to see, you're silent? Be honest, actually, makes perfect sense. Perfect dollars and cents. And if you agree with me, guys, let me know down in the comments. Then if you want to help try to force Twitch's hand, head on over there to Twitch. Let him know that he's doing some stuff that goes against their terms of service. Also, if you enjoyed the video, smash the like button and subscribe with the notification bells enabled so you see more content just like this, or YouTube lets you know when I go live. With that, you guys have made it through another video. I've been ItsHapa, and I usually leave you guys with all kinds of inspirational quotes, but today's outro is just going to be a tip. And that tip is, ACDiamondd auth is tied to your GPU serials, and your GPU serials alone. For those that know what to do with that information, happy cracking. Catch you guys on the next one. Mahalo.